Okay, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I did not get breakfast, so I am gonna try this at Squeeze's Country Kitchen and see if I can get some breakfast, because I'm hungry. So let's see what they got.
What's this over here?
You never heard of grits?
Yeah, honey, you can try it.
You first.
What is a grit, anyways?
It's made out of corn. Them hominy grits.
Hominy.
Just what is a grit? A grit is dried, ground up corn. The kernel, the ear, the rind, or whatever you call it, everything. They all throw it in, they dry it out, and they throw it in a grinder, and they grind the whole damn thing. That's what a grit is. And these are white grits as opposed to yellow grits. I don't know what the difference is besides the color, but that's it. Now, grits have a long history. If you want to know a little bit of history about it, grits are, they've been around for a long, long time. I mean, the Indians had grits. Or the American Indians, not the Indian Indians, but the American Indians had grits. And grits are a great base for a great meal. If you've ever heard of shrimp and grits, that originated from the South. And we had slaves, of course, in the South, and they were trying to eat. They had to have something to eat. So what they would do is they would get the leftover foods and everything from doing their work, and they would make grits. And, of course, along the plantations in the South, along the coast, they harvested shrimp. And shrimp were plentiful. So what they did is they combined shrimp and grits. It's what they had to eat. And now shrimp and grits is a delicacy. A lot of people specialize in making shrimp and grits, but grits are just kind of a base for whatever else it is that you want to make. You could put all kinds of flavorings in there. Most people put butter and salt and pepper in these things, but you could make them with heavy cream and make a very creamy grit. You could put jalapeno peppers in there. You could have hot grits. You could put a little cayenne pepper in there. You could put almost anything you want in there to make your own brand of grits. But for me, I just like salt, pepper, and a little bit of butter. So that is what a grit is. And for my friends that are out west or up north or somewhere else, they are a delicacy here in the great South of the United States. So we're going to have grits.
A few moments later.
All right. I'm here at a place called Merchants Mill Pond State Park. It's in North Carolina. It's east of I-95, and I was going to try to stay here last night in the campground, and I'm really glad I didn't, because as you can see, it's a damn bog here. It's beautiful, but it's a bog, and it's hot and sticky and just nasty here as far as the mosquitoes and the insects, and it's lowland and all that good stuff. So this is a natural cypress swamp. It's called a lowland swamp or a lowland pond, and it drains into eventually it drains into a river, kind of like the Swanee River in Florida. Is from the Okefenokee Swamp, which originates in Georgia. And but this is a beautiful area, no doubt about that. But wow, hot and sticky, and a bog. So I'm glad I didn't stay here last night. Please don't think I'm wimping out, because I'm not.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, folks, here is your history lesson for the day.
Ay, caramba!
I'm at the Great Dismal Swamp, which is below Norfolk, Virginia, and it's on the North Carolina Virginia line. Now, what I'm looking at right here is the Great Dismal Swamp Canal. And what this does is this connects Albemarle Sound to the Chesapeake Bay. When George Washington was president of the United States, he took a trip down to the Great Dismal Swamp and suggested that it be drained. Instead, what they came up with was the Dismal Swamp Canal. And Governor Patrick Henry, at the time, got that started. The canal finished and was open in 1805. 1805. That's basically just after we became a country. And so this runs north-south. It connects Chesapeake Bay to Albemarle Sound. It's part of the Intercoastal Highway system. And what else can I say about it? It is the oldest canal in the United States. It predates the Erie Canal. It's pretty amazing that our national history goes back all the way to that and to this, because way back when they didn't have roads, they didn't have good roads. They mainly used shipping to transport goods. So it was very important for trade in the United States for there to be waterways, and the Great Dismal Swamp Canal is part of that. It's part of the lifeblood of our country. Now, what we have here, we have a sailboat that is docked, and as you see, is from Huntington, New York. People use the Intercoastal Waterway to go up and down the coast, and as you can see, they have a solar panel here for generating electricity for their batteries, and they don't have air conditioning, which that kind of sucks. But these guys are going either north to south or south to north. I would suspect they're going south, heading probably down to Florida or something like that. But that's what people do. I like to do rides on my motorcycle. Other people like to do sailboat trips on their sailboats up and down the coast. Can you imagine the fun you could have doing that? That would be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Pull up to a place, port of call, where people are having a good time partying. Woo-hoo! You could have a good time partying at some marinas. Heck yeah. So that's your history lesson for today, and a suggestion: if you ever wanted to do a trip, you could get on a boat and go up and down the coast of the United States. Pretty cool. All right, there we go.
I'll be back.
All right, folks, I'm here at the Fort Henry Lighthouse. Actually, it's called the Cape Henry Lighthouse. And believe it or not, this is the first building built by the United States government officially. George Washington himself commissioned this to be built, and Alexander Hamilton apparently had all the paperwork done. And the same dude that built the Montauk Lighthouse on Long Island designed it and had it built. So a lot of history here. The first building by the United States government. Pretty cool. And we're gonna climb all of these stairs, which is not gonna be too much fun, but that's all right. We'll get to the top and we'll see what it looks like. All right, we're at the top of the old lighthouse, but that is the the new lighthouse, and it's still operational. And it's operated by the United States Coast Guard, who takes care of all of the lighthouses in the United States. And I tried to see if I could get in there, but it's not open to the public. Damn it. So,
Watch your
no
profanity.
getting into that one. To be quite honest, I don't think I'd want to get into that thing because it's freaking hot up here. And it's a pretty long way up. My thighs were hurting. So, good time, good views. And we'll continue on.